All right, so we're jumping in for a late night upload because we just got ourselves a pretty decent leak for the brand new update that's coming out this weekend, which is a little weird because it's Monday technically as I'm recording this, and we usually don't start making leak videos here on the channel until give or take about Wednesday, Thursday. Now, if I'm gonna be completely honest, man, I had really no plans to make this video tonight, but I started getting pinged inside of my Discord server. So huge shout out to Q0X7 for saying post a video of this new leak, where I then replied saying late night upload, and it seems like you guys were saying, yeah, pretty much that the leaks look really interesting. So of course I went ahead and said, say less, let's go ahead and get this started. And here we are recording this video. So, all right, so let's start off really quickly with a picture that was posted by Kyle, literally the same exact day that we got the teaser update this past weekend. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we don't really have much information going on here. There only is a couple of things that we know for sure. Number one, this image was taken on Ancient Isles, and the reason that we know this for sure is because of the plant that's in the top right hand corner. This was repeated over and over again in all the teasers that we've seen so far, and on top of that, even in the brand new island that was introduced, which is limited time and will be gone more than likely once this weekend comes around. As for the NPCs themselves, it looks like the left one is holding the fish radar and the right one is holding some type of bomb that has a water droplet on it. That's really interesting. Maybe they're trying to track down the megalodon using the radar, and we might need some type of brand new bomb in order to be able to completely take out the megalodon. I don't really know. It's kind of interesting because at this point it kind of really seems like the megalodon, because of the fact that it is this limited time sort of ancient, massive, scary creature, might end up being like our very first combat fish at this point. Because I mean, if we're starting to see bombs, that now changes the entire game. But I don't know, let me know what you guys are getting from this picture right here. I just really want to rush into this next thing that I want to show you guys, which is the brand new leak video that we just got literally a couple of minutes ago, maybe like an hour ago tops by now, because again, I really wasn't planning to actually make this video. Either way, the quick little 14-second video starts off with this shot right here, which is obviously a clear view of Ancient Isles, and then it transitions over to some type of archaeologist looking over whatever area this is right here, which I'm kind of assuming might be the lower region of that old picture that we saw a while back that had sort of like the cables connected up top. And again, we're seeing more interactive things. There's these little towers with green lights all spread around everywhere. NPC is holding a ladder. Lots of interactive things going on. At least that's what I'm getting from this. And dude, it's kind of exciting, I'm not gonna lie. Either way, this NPC is looking over. It transitions over to somewhere else where now it looks like there's some type of brand new depths looking area. This guy's holding a rope to make our way down to the bottom. Then it transitions into us actually entering inside the hole, where this is what pops up. Now, this is sort of like the selling point for everyone inside of my Discord right now, and why everyone is pretty hyped up. If there's anything that we've learned with the depths update, we've all pretty much came to the assumption that each one of these pillars are going to represent a relic. Another big giveaway on why that's the case is because you can actually see down here at the very bottom, I'm going to try and zoom in the video, but it seems like they left some type of placeholder relics right down here. Now, if we sort of had to make a guess here, I would say that this is probably orange. We can guess is more than likely going to be Midas. Blue, even though this is technically not the color blue, but if we look down here, this is the color blue for Abyssal. Purple would be, it could be either technically negative or lunar. And then you have the sort of cyan color, which we obviously know is Aurora. Now, I say obviously, but technically it also could be maybe even Atlantean. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Based off of those four little tiny relics down here, what is your guess? Either way, the camera sort of pans around here for a bit, and if you noticed, let's rewind here a little bit. I mean, it's pretty hard not to notice, but it looks like there is going to be a brand new key in the game, which goes ahead and opens up either a new area, maybe the brand new secret rod, or the next new best rod. Lots of questions here, man, and this is kind of exciting, I'm not gonna lie. Such a short little clip, but so many different things are sort of being said right here that it's kind kind of insane. Also, watching this portion back right here, he's still holding that radar, which now kind of makes me wonder. I wonder if that's where we're going to find Megalodon. That wouldn't make sense though, because one thing is for sure, we know that Megalodon is going to be a limited time event. Ancient Isles itself is going to more than likely be permanent, same exact as the Depths of Vertigo. The only other assumption is that this would be the Ancient Archives, in which case there is absolutely a lot of secrets behind this door over here on the right side. And I guess let's go ahead and kind of switch gears here a little bit, since there is also some other leaks that are kind of a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie to you. For starters, this random Travis Scott fish was added inside of the public test server Discord, and it sort of got a little bit weird even moving on from this point. They sort of added like a shark rock. I think that's what that is. Then they added whatever this is, and then they added a Nessie that is just kind of with a pirate hat and upside down. It's weird. They did a lot of weird stuff, and a lot of you guys were sending me these pictures. I don't actually think that any of these, except for maybe the Travis Scott looking fish, are actually going to make it into Ancient Isles. And the only reason that I'm saying that potentially this one will make it is because later on they said, should we actually do Travis Scott fish? 3,248, and I am guilty. I did vote yes. Or they went ahead and said, okay, it will be added into Ancient Isles. So I guess for this one, we can pretty much assume that it is going to be in there somehow, some way. But the rest of these, I think we're just sort of them memeing. They're probably working on the update, and they just had a little bit of time to just kind of joke around. Now for this next part, this is going to get kind of interesting, and I know that there's going to be a lot of mixed opinions in the comments. I am really looking forward to reading about this. But basically, our good buddy Const went ahead and asked inside of here, do you use macros? Now, I didn't answer this, and a lot of you already know how I feel about macros. I have no problem with people that use macros. I really don't care whatsoever. Do I personally use macros? No, I do not. And if I did, I would totally say it, just because I don't really care. If I didn't have trust issues on downloading AHK files from random people, then I would totally be doing macros. If I was able to do it with tiny tasks, I would totally be doing macros. But because I have to download something from some random person that I have no idea who they are, I just don't trust it. Now, these votes were actually kind of interesting. 55 votes for most of the time, 497 for only when I AFK/go to sleep. So a good chunk of people do macro in the game, but the vast majority of people inside of this specific server, which I'd like to point out, only 1,500 votes, 965 of them said not at all. And I think that a lot of this goes back to the entire thing of downloading a random file from a random person. Now, this is the part that started to get a little bit weird. At one point, they sort of kind of had a little bit of a conversation and the possibility of adding a auto fish feature into the game. I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't like this one bit. For that reason, I decided not to take part in either one of these polls. The final results were kind of like a 60-40 split. So basically, 62% of people went ahead and voted yes for this. 40% of people, technically speaking, now it's 38%. But at the time that he had seen the results, it was a 40% difference, where they finally went ahead and came with the conclusion that it was a 60-40 split. So it will not be added into the game. From what I saw, there was a good handful of people that were a little upset, but at the same time, there was a lot of people that were sort of okay about it. They didn't really care. This is honestly insanely interesting, and I really hope that an auto fish feature just never gets added. This will turn out to be just an AFK simulator, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want it to turn into that. For the people that want to AFK and macro and do all their stuff, by all means, do your thing. I don't hate you, I don't shame you, but I definitely don't want to turn it into the norm. Half of the fun in this game right now is to just sort of bitch around, talk a bunch of trash inside of servers while you're fishing. You know, socialize, make friends, help each other out, do some exploring. That's kind of what the game is all about. I definitely feel like if an auto fish feature was to be added, it's definitely going to turn off a lot of people that just are not interested in simulators. That's just strictly my opinion on this. And for the most part, that's pretty much all the leaks that we've gotten so far right now. A lot of you in my Discord wanted me to go ahead and voice my opinion on this. I appreciate that you guys enjoy listening to me sort of yap away here. Those of you that have made it this far into the video, I just want to go ahead and say, if you want to prepare yourself for this update, make sure that you go ahead and collect some of those relics that I told you guys earlier on in the video. If we learned anything from Depths, they like to use relics as ways to gain entrances into secret little areas. So take this time, man, to just go ahead, collect 3, maybe 4 of each and every single one of the ones that I mentioned earlier. Keep them in your inventory worry, it's not going to hurt. I promise, it really isn't. Don't spend the next entire week chasing after this, but just take a couple of minutes. In my case, I've pretty much been trying to collect at the very least one of every single enchant relic. And for the most part, I've done a really good job. There is a couple that I'm missing in here. Like I did mention Midas earlier. I don't have any Midas enchant relics, so I need to try and get my hands on one of those. But for the most part, the rest of the ones that we mentioned, I do have. Atlantean, I got. Negative, I got. Lunar, I got. Aurora, I definitely got. Like, we're doing pretty good so far. So put a couple of them away and just prepare yourself for this week's update. It's going to be insane. It's going to be massive. We're going to be live like we do every single week. And of course, as we get closer to the update, the more leaks we get, the more of these videos I'm going to push out for you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow bright and early with another video, even though we uploaded at nighttime. Your boy's on the grind, man. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate it, man. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more daily fish content. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.